Our first season with the New York Islanders so far has been a success. We make the playoffs in the first wildcard spot of the Eastern Conference, but we face a ridiculous challenge in the Pittsburgh Penguins, the division title-winning Pittsburgh Penguins. Here are the lineups we are going to roll with for this postseason. I should say as well, I changed some of the positions. I changed some of the player types to better fit how they actually play. Now, Ryan Strome spent a lot of time on the second line. We are going to roll with him on the top line this season. 92 passing, 89 puck control, up to an 85 overall. Hopefully, he can enable Tavares and Ladd to score some goals, because we really need that. Like, that is the only way we are making it past Pittsburgh, is if Ladd and Tavares are on top of their games. Anders Lee is now a power forward. Much better fits his style based on that physical category and the just at 6'3", 227 pounds. Rather than being, a playmaker, we want him to be knocking people on their asses. Grabovski will be on the second line rather than Josh Bailey. They are with P.A. Parento, now a two-way forward on that second line. Third line is Shane Prince, now a two-way forward. Could still be a playmaker. We're going to have him set to a two-way forward for the moment. Of course, we can change him back whenever. He is with Josh Bailey, now a playmaker, and Brock Nelson. The fourth line is Nikolai Kulemin, now a grinder, with Casey Cizikas and Jason Chimera. All four lines have the ability to contribute, and we need them to. No doubt about that. Mark Streit, now a two-way, with Johnny Boychuk, now a two-way. Both have... Streit, I want him to be a little bit more defensive. Boychuk's shooting, puck skills, even his skating, which isn't the best, but still, we need him to be more offensively, we just need him to be more offensive and to contribute more offensively. Second pairing is DeHaan with Hamonic, both now two ways as well. The third pairing, because of the Leddy injury, is Gormley and Klaus Dahlbeck, both defensive defensemen. The goaltender, of course, is Roberto Luongo. Our team. I don't know if they have what it takes. We are going to find out. But first, let's look at the Pittsburgh Penguins and see just what exactly their situation is right now. I don't know if they've acquired anybody this season, so I imagine they're going to be very top-heavy. That's just what they do. And there is the team. That's an interesting team. Top line, Hornqvist, Crosby, and Kessel. They still have an HBK line, Hagelin, Bonino, and Kunitz instead. But those are a solid top two lines. The bottom six, though, is where it gets interesting. 79 overall, Tom Kuhnhackl, Brian Rust, and Eric Fair. Fourth line, Scott Wilson, Tom Sestito, and Connor Sheary. Sestito is not a center in the slightest. That is no Malkin. Malkin has to be injured, but we'll check that in a second. Defense, Olli Maatta with Chris Letang, Trevor Daley with Justin Schultz, and Ian Cole with Brian Dumoulin. The goaltender is Matt Murray with Tristan Jarry as the backup. Let's see, and anybody? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Malkin and Fleury both injured at the moment, so that could be huge for us. I'm not sure who would have been the starting goalie regardless. That probably explains why Tom Sestito is in the lineup for Pittsburgh with the injury to Evgeny Malkin. I think we'll quickly... should we take a look at the Penguins' point? You know what? We won't even look at their point totals. We know Crosby is, I think he's a 97 overall, just dominant in terms of points. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get into this series. So let's do this. It is game one in Pittsburgh. Let's see how this goes. First period of game one, and we have a lead. Holy shit. Andrew Ladd and Anders Lee getting it done. We outshoot them 12-4, and that was probably the ideal first period. If we could if we could chase Matt Murray out of the goal and have 70 overall, Tristan Jarry, 74, something like that. If we could have him in goal, things would be looking very good for us. Second period of game one, nothing happening there. Let's do the third period now. Come on, Roberto Luongo. I can't believe I'm saying I have faith in Roberto Luongo in a playoff game, but so far he's given me No reason to doubt him. Okay, never mind. Patrick Hornqvist gets a goal. 5 minutes to go, and Chimera, the fourth liner, chipping in, and that should do it. Wilson gets a goal back. Please, God. Okay. Oof. Oh, boy. That was a bit of a scare. Scott Wilson, 2 fourth liners getting goals. Patrick Hornqvist gave us a little bit of a scare midway through that period. But the New York Islanders take game 1. We outshot them, and things are looking all right. You know, it is still a team without Malkin and probably their starting goalie, but things are looking all right. And we have a 1-0 lead in the series, which is good, very good, because I have a feeling if we trail, things wouldn't be going our way for too much longer. We need to put Nick Leddy back in, and we'll have to send Klaus Dahl back down. It'll be good to have him down in Bridgeport, though. They could use all the help they can get right now for a hopeful playoff push, although it's not like we have too many players down in Bridgeport where, you know, it's kind of crucial that they get the extra playing time. I believe the only guy we have down there right now that would be of any importance is Alan Quine at this rate. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Alan Quine and Sundstrom. I think Johan Sundstrom's under contract. I hope he is. He's having a decent season. Josh Winquist is somebody else who's having an amazing season down in Bridgeport. He is an unsigned player, though. I don't want to go best lines. We will just put in Dahlbeck for Scott Valentine. Let's get him in there. And let's move on to Game 2. Nick Leddy is back, and that could be a huge boost for us, which is amazing for a team that's already up 1-0 in this series. Let's do this, though. First period, and Sidney Crosby. 13 shots to 4, but it doesn't mean anything. Crosby gets the lone goal. Second period, and Ryan Strome with 7 seconds left. Holy shit. What a timely goal for him, and that sets up this huge third period. Can we somehow take a 2-0 series lead against Pittsburgh? A power play goal would help, please. How long is this fucking power play? Jesus Christ. And you watch, they'll score on this one, right? Or not. I need to find out. I got to make sure I look at the penalty summary. 4 minutes to go. Power play for Pittsburgh and Nick Bonino. Nick Bonino! From a terrible angle, scores the game winner, and the Pittsburgh Penguins have tied this series. I have to look at the penalties here. Oh, cool. It was a major hooking penalty for Tom Sestito. How the hell do you... A major hooking penalty? How is that... I'm trying to think of how that's even possible. Would you hook the guy by the neck? That's the only thing I can think of, is if he just took a hooking penalty by trying to decapitate the guy. But 32 saves for Matt Murray, the game-winning goal for Nick Bonino, and the Penguins tie it as the series shifts to Brooklyn for the first time. Let's do this and hope we can have a better bounce-back performance. Luongo's doing his job. I mean, he's only let up, 5 goals in 2 games against a Pittsburgh team that, you know, has a Crosby, has a Kessel. So, I'm not too disappointed with Lou so far. First period of Game 3. And still, things are looking okay. Not too bad. Scoreless after 1 second period. And not scoreless anymore. Nick Leddy and Shane Prince gave us a 2-0 lead. Terrible goal for Prince, at least in terms of the angle. Brian Rust gets a goal back from a pretty terrible angle. And Eric Fair. So, 2 goals from that third line for the Penguins. And that sets up this third period. 2 goals apiece. Nice to see Nick Leddy get on the scoreboard, and Shane Prince for that matter. Still nothing from Ladd or Tavares, which is very concerning, and now would be a fucking wonderful time for Sidney Crosby to show up. I was going to say now would be a wonderful time for Ladd or Tavares to start, you know, pulling their fucking weight here. Come on, boys. A minute to go. Can we tie it? We can't. Chris Kunitz with the empty netter. We fall 4-2 in Game 3, and we have blown this lead already from 1-0 up in the series to now being down 2-1 through 3 games. I don't blame Luongo. Go figure. I hope I hype up Luongo, and then he gives up 4 goals. Well, empty netter, but gave up 4 goals. Either way, pretty disappointing performance there. Game 4, though, still on home ice. Let's hope for a much better performance here from this team. First period, Connor Sheary, god damn it. Connor Sheary, the opening goal, and again, we outshoot them, but it doesn't mean anything. Second period, still scoreless for us. The score holds 1-0. Entering this third period, we are either tying the series up at 2 games apiece, or we are down 3-1, which would probably be the end of us. I don't think we'd be able to come back. So we need the win here. Tavares, oh my god, he actually scored. What the fuck? Oh, it's amazing. I was going to say Tavares and Ladd, and right as I say Tavares... Okay, Kuhlman, Grabowski, we don't have Clutterbuck anymore. Chimera is who I was thinking of. Show me Parento. Or show me overtime. Okay. Well, the trick worked when I least expected it, but John Tavares gets his first goal of the postseason. 20 more shots than the Islanders, or than the Penguins of the Islanders. 39 shots to 19 in our favor, but we're still going to overtime. Matt Murray's a beast. Come on, boys. It's all or nothing in this one. If we go down 3-1, John Tavares again, and we have life. My God. Ask and I shall receive. The captain finally steps up, making his presence felt in this series. Matt Murray did his best, standing on his head, but the series is tied at 2 games apiece. It is now essentially a best of 3 as we go back to Pittsburgh for Game 5. The AHL season's over. Bridgeport makes the playoffs, but I believe the Portland Pirates won their division, so I'm not expecting too much from Bridgeport. But all focus is on the Islanders. We don't have to worry about Bridgeport for a while, because again, that system's a bit of a mess, but they did make the playoffs, so that's good. Anyway, let's do this. Game 5, no more stalling. First period, and it's Patrick Hornqvist with the opening goal. We outshot them again, and again, it means nothing. Second period, John Tavares ties it again. He has scored our last 3 goals, and that sets up one hell of a third period. What team will take the 3-2 series lead? Game 6, of course, in Brooklyn. We'd have a chance to close it out on home ice. Connor Sheary, though, gets another goal. Power play for us. It's another long power play, boys. Come on. Oh, my God. Our power play is just terrible. 4 minutes to go. Brock Nelson gets a goal. And Mikhail Grabowski gets a goal. Please hold on. Please. Oh, my God. Wow. Well, we saw some crazy third periods in the Vancouver series. And, yeah, that's right up there with the best of them. Nelson, Grabowski, and Andrew Ladd. 3 goals in under 3 minutes. And the New York Islanders take Game 5 by the score of 4-2. Oh, my God. All from outside shots, too. Brock Nelson, Grabowski, and then Andrew Ladd really seals it with the insurance, and we have a 3-2 series lead. Tavares and Ladd finally show up. Obviously, Tavares had a good game last game, but now they're leading the charge, and we have 2 chances to close out the Penguins here, and we can do it right now in Game 6 on home ice. Oh my God. It's just setting in. This team might actually win a playoff series. First period, though, of Game 6. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. First period, let's see, and it's Josh Bailey with a goal. Killed him in shots, and this time it actually paid off. Second period, Ryan Strome on Matt Murray, and the New York Islanders are 20 minutes away from defeating the Penguins in 6 games. Oh my God. Let's do this. Come on, boys. I believe now. Luongo, you've made a believer out of me. Hold on for dear life. 10 minutes to go. Hornqvist gets a goal. Shit. All right. Come on, Lou. 4 minutes to go. Power play for Pittsburgh, and it's Scott Wilson. Oh, we couldn't hold on. Is Scott Wilson on their power play, or did the power play just end and he was out there? Regardless, goals from the outside, goals from the point, getting it done in this series. Hornqvist and Wilson force overtime. Just had to make it difficult for ourselves here. Let's do this. Overtime in Game 6, an early power play. We can't get it. Another power play. Jesus Christ, our power play is just non-existent. Halfway through the first overtime. Come on, boys. Somebody, please, please. Parento. Tavares scores! It wasn't Parento, but it's John Tavares. The captain gets it done. We had to make it difficult on ourselves, but we take this series in 6 games after winning Game 6, 3-2 in overtime. The top line getting it done. Luongo with 26 saves, and the New York Islanders have pulled off the upset and are moving on to the second round. Oh my God. Really, I can't believe it. I figured for sure we were just going to get the shit knocked out of us. But we're moving on. We are going to round 2. I want to take a look really quick at Bridgeport and their efforts against the Portland Pirates. I'm not saying who I'm rooting for in this series, but as it's going right now, I'm not going to be too disappointed. And as far as the next round goes, we have to play the second best team. Actually, no, I think Philly overtook Washington, but Washington swept their first round series. It is first Crosby, and now it's Ovechkin. And yes, Philly just finished over the Capitals, but the Capitals swept them. So, man, from Crosby, now we have to play Alex Ovechkin, Braden Holtby, and the Washington Capitals in the second round. Guys, we got away with one upset. I don't know if we're going to be as lucky the second time around. Tampa's advanced as well. If we make it past Pittsburgh, Washington, and Tampa, my God, just my God. And on the other side, it's Winnipeg, Nashville, Calgary, and Dallas. But there you have the playoff bracket. Round 2 starts in the next episode. As always, I thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Hell, if you didn't, hit the dislike button. If you made it this far, feel free to hit the dislike button. Subscribe, though, if you haven't already, to continue following this series. Spread the word, and I will see you guys in the next episode.